Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Wednesday, January 3rd. Feel like we are already racing into 2024. Jeannie and I were just saying we wonder what Violet's doing. She's in the midst
Yeah,
of her first big girl trip.
I would have died to go on like a trip like that. My parents would not let me out of the house. I was not allowed to go and do anything.
I would have been forced to pay for the trip. My parents would have been like, you have to pay for it and you have to like it would have all come down to the available money that I would have had during
We
college.
don't we don't make our kids pay for anything. I think I'm making a huge parenting mistake. But I tell them, I go, okay, you know what? You're gonna have to pay for gas now. And then when it's time to pay for gas, I go, mommy pay. Mommy pay for it.
That's that's I can't remember what happened over the holiday, but that happened over the holiday where I was like, okay, but you got to pay for it. And then
You told kids
from the background, I hear Jeannie go, "Mommy, pay,"
You told the kids that they had to pay for their gas and electric next year. And I look at
which is
that as
totally
like part
true.
of their
Like they
housing.
need to start developing that level of responsibility. Like we're renting,
Why?
we bought a house that our kids are gonna live in Salt Lake. That's all. That's ridiculous. Like the girls that are living there now pay for everything, their own school, they pay for everything. They work 6 nights a week.
What am I setting our kids up for failure?
So basically, if they fail, I get to blame you.
And it's not like it wasn't, I wasn't raised like my parents didn't pay for everything. Like I worked every summer, every vacation. I had a work study job during school. Like I worked all the time and I don't know what my problem is.
It's because the problem is yours. I'm like, not to say that I'm perfect, but like, I'm always like, okay, it's time for you to pay for your car insurance, and you're like, mommy, pay.
You know what was really hard? So we dropped Violet off at the airport and normally like growing up as a kid, when my parents would drop me back off at school, they would give me like $100 or $200. And I had money in my wallet and it was so hard for me not to reach in there and give Violet money. So
So
I think
I
I
literally, and
did you get
no, you made a comment about how you were going to give her money for the trip. And I was like, no, your mistake just cost us money. You don't need any of our money for the trip.
not my mistake, Violet's mistake.
Yes, Violet.
Yeah.
Violet spent a whole morning telling us that her flight was significantly later than it was. So we went to drop her off for her flight, and she was too late to check a bag and board. So, anyways,
So this
onward
will
and
be the year.
upward.
This will be the year that I
That nothing
uh
changes and you still pay
I
for
make the
everything.
kids. They're more respect. They have to pay for themselves,
We'll see.
right?
We'll see. We will see. So, stuff
I'm gonna work
continues
on it.
to arrive. We're still working to get stuff out from the Brother Christmas list. I think the expectation I set yesterday, as far as
It's no longer the Christmas list. It's the New Year's list, Patrick.
no, it's the Christmas list. We're still filling our Christmas list responsibilities.
Well, I'm
Um,
not saying we're not responsible. It's just the New Year's list, and we're making it
Stuff
happen.
is
And
literally like there's stuff arriving every day. I mean, I showed you guys a little bit of the kind of the mass of boxes that's arrived over the last 10 days, but it is January design. Jeannie, people are still asking about the January digital dealer design.
Okay, so I have been, Kimberbell was closed and they were closed yesterday too. So I got up early this morning because they're in Utah, so they're an hour earlier than me, and I called them. And then I called them again, and I am just waiting for, it'll get taken care of today, but I'm just waiting for my rep to call me back so that I can figure out what's going on.
There
So
have
don't worry
been
about
kind of
it.
like
It's gonna be there.
multiple site issues at Kimberbell. Like they have a new system that went live, was supposed to go live in December, and it's been a challenge. So
So just bear with me. I know you're chomping at the bit for the design. It's really cute, but a lot of you are going to be stitching with us on Friday. I know a lot of you have your kit and you're ready to go. So, if you are one of those people who's like, I need to stitch it right now, shoot me an email and I'll send you the file. But I am on it. I'm waiting.
So, Marlene had commented that there are comments all over the place from people saying they've never received their digital dealer designs for January. So I think it's likely the problem's on their end. What we'll try to do is, we've done everything we're supposed to do on our end, so we're assuming the problem's on their end. We're just going to follow up and see if we can give you an update as to when to expect it. And
I'm just saying, I'm sure my rep will get back to me. I'm sure. I think she'll get back to me this morning, and it'll all hopefully get taken care of. But just give me a couple more hours to just deal with it. And
we have a lot of experience with that too when things aren't working as planned. And everybody's calling. I'm sure they are. So Donna Dalton said that Kim just said on What's New Wednesday that they'll show up in the accounts by the time the dealer holds the class.
What?
I don't know what that means, but because all the dealers hold their classes at different times too. So something's obviously up with their system.
That's probably why they're not calling me back.
I'm sure they how often are we in those situations where, everybody's calling, everybody's freaking out. We're struggling to work it on our end. Not always because of something that we've done. Sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes it's not.
I have a folder for all my, when you purchase digital dealer for me, I try to be really organized, but anyways, I have a folder, everyone's in there. So worst case scenario, if you guys don't have it by this afternoon,
you can send it to them.
What'd you say?
Can you send it to them?
I'll send it to them, right? Because they need it.
I think here for what Kimberbell is going to say, but yeah, we can always do that. When is the
class is Friday?
Class is Friday. Okay. All right. So, can I get a Brother Classic thread at Christmas list price? Okay, so let's talk about this. What?
I think we ordered an extra.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So there is a lot of
people that have been, remember Christmas list pricing was over Christmas Day.
It was over the Friday before Christmas. And then we had a bunch of people show up yesterday that were like, the Christmas list still good, right? I'm like, nope.
But then they asked me and I said yes. But no, we're not doing Christmas list online anymore.
So,
and if we do, but we might have extra stuff. And if we have extra stuff, we'll give you Christmas list pricing.
So there have been a ton of questions, and I'll try to answer those. So literally what we are going to do with the stuff that we ordered during Brothers sale. So remember, our sale was all oriented towards the Brothers sale. The Christmas list pricing in the store is over. We have to be allowed to make some margin at some point. But with the Brothers stuff, we over ordered. So I ordered a couple extra of everything. And literally what we're going to do is we're going to go, we've got 5 of these left. Who wants them? But we need to fill all of the brother orders first. I swear 60 packages went out yesterday. It was a lot of shipping yesterday. I was shipping, Ryan was shipping, Jeannie was in late in the afternoon. We're going to talk about that really quickly. So Jeannie's most at risk from day 7 to day 12 of her treatment. And the reason for that,
7 to 10.
I have the diagram. It's 7 to 12. Jeannie and I fight about this because she's like, I feel fine. And the reason she's greatest at risk is there is a period of time where like her certain side effects from her treatment go away, but she's at her worst immune system wise. And that is literally from day 7 to day 12. From day 12 through their next treatment, her immune system is somewhat not back to normal, but somewhat stronger. The reason I mention this is I'm letting Jeannie come in like she was here yesterday in the afternoon. It is the worst possible time for you to come in and see her. So until next week, if Jeannie's in the store, please keep your distance. Because if Jeannie were to get sick right now, it becomes this massive deal and it can knock us off. Like we have 2 more weeks till our last treatment. And if she were to get sick, get COVID, get this flu that's going around, which they're calling the 30-day flu, that knocks us off track. So if you're in the store in the next 5 to 7 days and you see Jeannie, it's not a great time to go hug her and wish her a happy new year. Stay away. So, and that's said with love. We can see you on the flip side at the end of January. Let us get through, like we're doing great getting through this. Let us get through it. So somebody asked, is it a good time? Will we be, so is it a good time to get machine service? Every machine that was promised to customers before Christmas, we got back to customers. And it was almost all the machines in the store. Like the guys, bless them, they were coming in early. Couple guys were staying and working late to get it done, but they left with almost nothing to work on in the shop. So
yes, it's a good time.
I filled all 3 racks yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So at the end of the day yesterday, I said to Dax, what's the story? Like, given how things are going and how you guys are working and listen, there was like some transition at the end of the year. Alex, he's staying at home with the baby now. So we had John, he was new. We have Max fully trained and now like just cranking out sewing machines as well. And we've got a system. At some point this month or next month, Charles Sweeten's going to be here. So the head of QA at Brother America is spending 3 days in my shop with these guys. And we're doing full teardowns and rebuilds of machines. And we're going through everything.
Machines,
we're bringing
right?
Jeannie's machines in. And so that's happening. We don't have a date yet, but like I basically told him when our open dates were. That's going to be a little bit of a hold up because those 3 days we'll be actively working on machines, but like we are going deep with Charles. We're doing stuff we don't normally do. And there's a lot of stuff. Like it's kind of funny. Like we did our training at Baby Lock. We did that twice. Full certification, both regular and kind of the deep certification there. Then we did a deep certification with Charles, but in a group setting. This is Charles coming in going, you guys work on a ton of machines. We're doing everything. We're going to cover A to Z. I'm going to show you guys the secrets. And so we're tearing down PQ 1500. We're tearing down a 10 needle. We're tearing down the Luminaire. Like we're going to tear down all the machines and go really deep. So that may take us out. But right now, as of where we stand yesterday afternoon, we went from like 2 days out to at the end of the day, Dax is like, we're probably a week out. He looked at it and he goes, we're within the week, but we're probably getting close to a week out. So Anna Cruz says, I believe it's a 30-day flu even after receiving the flu shot. Stay safe.
Wow.
So literally, if I see you near Jeannie, I'll be telling you to get away. So the we are a week out on service. But I think the reality of our current circumstances here in this area is I call it 2 weeks out. We'll get your machine in roughly 2 weeks. There were some machines in kind of early December. I mean, we had 2 people get sick and we had people out of the shop for a little while, where we were pushing 3 weeks. But it is, we are doing our best to stay within 2 weeks. So is there a good time, better time than most to service your machine? I'm not going to tell you that. We were closed for, a 10-day period.
I think it's good right now, Patrick.
It is good. But if I had another day like yesterday, that means we're 2 weeks out. So,
yeah, but I feel like 2 weeks isn't like I don't feel like that's a long time to wait. During COVID, I feel like we were 2 months out.
No, we were never longer than 30 days.
Really?
But that was a unique period of time, and the guys weren't here full time. Like by the end of 21, we were pretty consistently.
That was stressful.
Well, and quite frankly, people did a much better job this year. And thank you, local ladies, for bringing your machines in early and not showing up like, I need my machine back tomorrow. It is like right in the middle of the holiday rush. Like people did a much better job of spreading it out. So hopefully we've got folks trained. So
hey, so you want to talk about classes?
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, do you want to
talk really quickly, and then we'll have Michelle talk. So, I'm not doing a ton of classes right now just because of my circumstances, but I am going to be doing that panel class, and I have people email me every day about it. It's not on the calendar. I will put it on the calendar once I get the panels or I get shipping confirmation on the panels, because I just don't want to scramble getting you all your stuff. And we're talking about the Dream Big panel. So I emailed my Hoffman rep today. And I'd emailed her before the holiday, but everyone's kind of ramping back up again. So as soon as I know when I'm going to get all my panels, then we'll put it on the calendar. I anticipate we'll do it very end of January, but most likely beginning of February. Like I said, so I can get you everything. There'll be a 50% class discount from Stitch Delight, so don't get your design yet. It's expensive. It's $100. I want you to wait until we get the discount code. And I'll make sure we have enough sessions for everyone to be covered. So nobody will be missed. We'll do Luminaire and Solaris with camera. Can I do Dream Machine? I can do Dream Machine and I think Destiny with that too.
Probably, yep.
Yeah, so we'll probably do Solaris, Luminaire, Dream Machine, Destiny, and then we're going to do another round of classes that'll be people with the app. So Stellar, Altair, Meridian, XE1, XJ1, all of those machines. And it's going to be super fun. It'll be a fun class, and you'll make something amazing and beautiful that you go, oh, look what I did.
So the other thing, and like I will be in the store all week this week, but I'm going to be out of the store on Friday in the afternoon. I mean, that could be a factor too, is figuring out like our next steps and when you might be able to do that class and when you might not be able to do that class, etc.
Sure.
So just something to consider. And then, hey, Michelle, do you want to talk about classes really fast? Do you want to talk about anything else? Anything else from you, Jeannie? Or can we go to kind of our standard video here?
I'm good. I'll be answering emails. If you need anything, just reach out. I'm working from home this morning, and I'll be in the store late this afternoon.
And then last but not least, projector froze previous design and would not clear. I don't know, Trish, why they'd have to send your machine to Missouri for that, unless it was a shop that wasn't capable of replacing a panel PC board. But there are shops that just aren't comfortable with that on those machines. And Asuli asked, is there a fabric kit for the panel class? And the reality, Asuli, is it's a panel. So you'll buy the panel from us, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it's not a real fabric kit. No, I'm not. We got to get going. But it's a single panel and not a kit. But yes, you'll be able to get the fabric from us. So Jeannie, thank you. We will see Jeannie tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
And I'll see you this afternoon. All right.
All right.
Bye. And let's go here. Okay.
Let me grab one more thing. Oh, I should remember. Okay.
So we have had people sign up kind of really late for the Easter tier tray class. I may reach out to a couple of you that have done that, because I think the only way for me to safely get you your kit is going to be to send it priority, and that's expensive. So I may reach out. I got to look today, but it's like ground transportation showing 8 weeks right now, or excuse me, 8 days right now, which would I wouldn't feel safe sending that to you. So I may reach out and go, hey, how about another $8 or $10 so I can get you your kit on time. Unless you're planning to watch it later anyways. So,
yeah, you're
all right.
Gonna do it at the same time. Hello. So I have a couple of different things to show you. Stuff that's coming up. This is the dealer digital pillow that we're doing on Friday. This thing is so cute. It's such a great project. It's a lot of fun. We'll be doing the 8x12 hoop size in class, and there is actually sewing involved in this. So your supply list is going to cover both your sewing machine, stuff that you need, and whatever you need for your embroidery. So this one's really fun. I'd love it if you would join me. On Wednesday, the 10th of January, there's another Get to Know Art Spira class. Now, the Get to Know Art Spira class is really important because Art Spira works with both your fabric printer, if you're thinking about getting a sublimation, a Brother sublimation printer, it works with that, works with your ScanNCut, works with any wireless Brother machine, embroidery machine. And please don't make a decision prior to investigation, because I know there's a lot of chatter going on out there, but there's a lot of free stuff still on there. So it's not all paid for stuff. So you can kind of join me. Get to Know Art Spira is on the 10th. It's a Wednesday from 1 to 3. If you can't be here, it's cool. We always record our classes, and you can still sign up and we'll send you the recording. On Thursday and Friday, January 11th and 12th, is when we're having the Kimberbell Easter Tier Tray event. There's a bunch of really cute projects for that as well. So we'll be doing that. I'll be doing Thursday and Jeannie will be doing Friday. On Tuesday, the 16th, I'll be doing another Print Moda fun class. Now in the Print Moda class, oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Print Moda class, I'm going to show you how to use any purchased digital scrapbooking files to make fabric, how to use the print files that are in Art Spira, how to actually use, so it doesn't have to just be, you can print your own fabric. Like the background here is printed, the little graphic, and the scenery here was printed. So you're not limited in that at all.
Is everybody doing, will everybody be doing the same
They're
design?
they're not doing a project because all of these were purchased files.
Okay.
So I'm going to be showing them, sharing in Art Spira, in the Print Moda class, I'm going to be sharing with you where I buy a lot of the files and how to get files. You can create your own files. You can upload your own files to Art Spira. It's kind of a fun process. On this one, This is one of the ones we're going to do first in the class. This I'll tell you, just have a picture, any picture. And this is a template that's built into Artspira to be able to create. And I just made a pillow out of it. You can make a zipper bag out of it. You can make whatever. I did add the directions on how I made this zipper bag, but we're not making anything in the class. We're talking about how to print fabric, how to actually utilize what's in there for you. Like a lot of the questions were on how come I can't size my pictures in Artspira for the print mode. Well, yeah, you need to remind yourself that print mode is a printer and Artspira is not a photo program. So you need a template. So this is one of the included templates, and the templates allow you to size the picture to the size that you need for it.
Meaning you're given one choice, which is the size for the template.
Actually, this one comes in small, medium, and large.
Okay.
So I've had people that I've seen have made like memory quilts and
So
stuff
even
out
if
of
it's a huge picture, it'll
yeah,
automatically
yeah,
size.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then the template itself is in small, medium, and large.
So,
and I see
so
that.
really quickly, just to touch on Artspira. So anybody with a printer, a scan and cut, or any of the brother Artspira machines, this applies to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those machines would be the 1700.
Yeah, any
Are
wireless.
there any of the wireless machines?
Any of the wireless brother
Gotcha.
embroidery machines. Yes, any of them can use Artspira. Artspira is not my connection. My connection is something different. That's for the Stellaire and the Luminaire. But the Stellaire and the Luminaire can also use the Artspira app. They're
Okay.
different designs. It's a different program. But even if you just have a little 4x4 machine, I think there's one that's wireless. Isn't there a wireless 4x4?
The new, like the equivalent of
yeah,
like that
yeah.
one,
So there's a lot of
the
wireless.
1570 or
So
something. like that.
you can use Artspira
1750.
to send, to send to that machine. So I think it's fun. I think it's a great thing to investigate. This was one of those. Is this a new item coming out? Sublimation. It is. It is. And if you have the Artspira app, you know that tab is already at the top for sublimation prints. But here's what's really unique is you can take some of those sublimation prints and just print them on fabric. I mean, it just looks a
Right.
little bit different. It's a little bit more soft edges, but it's really kind of pretty. And then this was just a regular embroidery pattern that I purchased, but I was thinking about donuts. So I thought that I would print donut fabric, and of course it had
Make
to
a
have
donut.
sprinkles and make a donut bag. All right, so that's one of your bonuses for being able to create your own fabric. You are not limited. So it's kind of good. Also, I put two. I didn't write the dates down on these, but they're towards the end of January, and they are on the calendar. You can sign up for them. All right, so I always love to have
You
something.
said two, but like which two are?
This one. So
Okay.
this is one of them. Actually, the date on this one is Thursday the 8th, and this is a Valentine with sparkles. So in this class, I will be providing you the Valentine cut file because that was a purchased font, a TrueType font that I purchased, and I did purchase the commercial license for it to create that file. And then we'll be creating our own rhinestone sprinkle to go around it. In other words, we're going to be using the Rhinestone Wizard that's part of the rhinestone activation kit if you bought the rhinestone starter kit. Now, for this class, you have to have taken Get to Know Your Scan and Cut because that's not part of this class. And you have to have taken the rhinestone starter kit. So those are the two prereqs for this class. And we're doing something new with this class. So either support it or not, but I just wanted to let you know that Jeannie and I picked out some very nice quality 100% cotton t-shirts. And we have a drop-down menu. This is separate. It's separate from the class. The class is one price. The t-shirt's a different price. But you can go in there and you can select the size for your t-shirt. And we'll buy a t-shirt. So we got some really nice 100% cotton 6-ounce nice weight t-shirts, ladies t-shirts, not men's. So and there's a size chart in there so that you can write down the comparison. Now, if you want to do that class and you haven't taken any of the prerequisites, you're in luck because Friday the 19th of January there is a Get to Know Your Scan and Cut class from 10 to 2. There's still openings in that one. That is a 4-hour class that covers everything from nuts to bolts about getting to know your ScanNCut. And I think it's the week prior to the Valentine class, there is the starter class for the rhinestone class. So we'll be talking about how you what the template fabric is, how you cut it, how you get the rhinestones in those little tiny holes, how you use some of the fun stuff that you got with it. That one is this is a 2-hour class, I believe, and I didn't write the actual. It's the week before, but this one's also on the calendar. So this one's called ScanNCut Rhinestones. The Valentine's shirt is called ScanNCut Club.
But
so
this is a get to know your. This is a prereq.
This
so
is a
like
prereq.
If you wanted to do ScanNCut,
if you want to do the
but
Valentine,
you hadn't yet done your.
Yeah, this one's for the rhinestones. It's a prereq for any rhinestone design I do. So it's that you already know how to use it, and so we don't have to go back to the beginning in every single class.
Gotcha.
So, but those are some fun things coming up, and I hope you join me. This Valentine shirt was really a lot of fun, and that font. I mean, is that font like amazing or what?
And
So-
where did the font come
I
from?
purchased the font itself. That is not an embroidery design. It is not a cut file. It is a true type font. I bought it from a company called Creative Fabrica, and I bought the commercial license for it, meaning I could use that to create cut files if I wanted to sell cut files, or I could use it to create embroidery designs if I wanted to sell embroidery designs. So it's my first forage into actually paying for a true type font, but I couldn't resist it. So, but I think it's fun. It was a moderate price. So, and I'll be also talking about where to look for things like that.
Cool.
So-
Are there more fonts, and is that something that's starting to show up in something like Artspira?
Artspira doesn't have true type fonts, but it does have some letters and stuff in it. But I hope sometime at some point we'll get more alphabets. In this case, I don't know. I've always loved fonts. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm kind of font crazy. I have an entire hard drive, external hard drive full of them. But I like things that are different. Okay, Chris, if the 2.2 class is showing as full, I did something wrong. So let me go check it, because I'm just telling you about it, so it can't possibly be full. There should be 12 spaces in it. So let me check that and check back later.
Like 20, 30 minutes.
20 or
from
30
now.
minutes. Yeah, I'll give it a check and then I'll see what I did wrong. I did something wrong. So.
Okay, I got to
Perfect.
answer
Okay.
this call, and goodbye. Have a great day. Make